Welcome, viewers, to Season 2 of the Nation Pod Talk. Here, we feature inspiring personalities from all walks of life, diving into their stories, experiences, and the lessons they've learned along the way.
Today, we have an incredibly talented young cricketer with us on the Nation Pod Talk. Joining us all the way from the UAE is a dynamic wicketkeeper batter who has been steadily making a name for himself with his performances and discipline, Syed Haider Shah. At a young age, he has already represented the UAE at the international level, showcasing not just skill, but also maturity beyond his years. Known for his sharp work behind the stumps and a fearless approach with the bat, Haider's journey reflects hard work, patience, and a strong belief in his dreams. Today we'll talk about his cricketing journey, challenges, mindset, and what lies ahead for him in UAE cricket. So get ready for an inspiring conversation with Syed Haider Shah, right here on the Nation Pod Talk. Leading today's conversation is our young, talented, and charismatic host, ARYA.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the C Nation podcast. I'm your host ARYA, and today we have a special guest joining us all the way from the UAE, a rising star and a promising wicketkeeper batter, Syed Haider Shah. We are diving into his journey, his passion for the game, and what is next in his cricketing journey. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. Welcome to the podcast, Haider. How are you?
I'm alright. Yeah, how are you? Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I'm really good. Really excited to host you.
Well, first, I'm really excited to get this interview.
Okay, so before diving into your cricket journey, I want to ask, for those who are just discovering you, who is Syed Haider Shah beyond cricket?
Okay, Syed Haider Shah is basically a kid, whose father had a dream and who himself had a dream of becoming an international cricketer, who works very hard. He's a very sensitive guy. May look like a tough guy, but he's a very sensitive guy. He's a team player, and he would do anything to make sure that his parents and his people see him succeed in life.
Okay, so we all know that early days really matters, and it is what defines you and it is what shapes your journey. So Haider, please tell us about your early days. When did cricket enter your life?
So basically, when I was very very young, I think I was around 12, 13. I was very much into sports, and one of my dad's friends, told him that why don't you make him try cricket, and so my dad was like, okay, you know what, I'll make him try cricket. Let's see if he's into it, because in Pakistan, when I was I think 10, 11, I used to be in Pakistan before. I used to play table ball cricket with my friends, and I used to bring home like the small trophies. Um, so my mom told my dad, and my dad was like, okay, you know what, if he has an interest in cricket, then, might as well enroll him to an academy and see where it goes. Maybe, let him pursue this as a career path. Around 12, 13, I joined Shah Cricket Academy. And from then onwards, I used to be a fast bowler. I never batted really. But then after like a year or so, my coach Shakil Rahman, he told me, he was like, you really have potential to be a really good batsman. So why don't you try batting? And I was like, you know what? Maybe if he's saying that, then there might actually be a chance where I think I can actually bat. And around 14 years of age, I started getting into batting, and I worked very hard towards my batting. And then the next, after a year of that, I was selected for the under-19s UAE side, and since then it's just been an amazing journey.
So wonderful. So, as you said, that it was your father who really pushed you through the game. So, tell us about that one moment, or was there someone else who inspired you to take cricket seriously?
Basically, I'll tell you, it wasn't anyone who inspired me. Obviously, I had my favorite players. I used to watch, Shah, Steve Smith, and all these guys, play cricket, and I used to be like, I want to be like him. And then one day, when I newly got into batting, I was playing my first game as an opening batsman, and I got 49 runs. I missed my 50 by one run, and I got 49 runs in the first game, and I got 100 in the second. And my dad was extremely happy, and he was like, you know what, like, you might actually have a very good shot at becoming a cricketer. And I had that self-realization that, shit, I might actually be really, really good at the game. And I was like, okay, because at a very young age, I was still playing with like the under 19 kids and under 18 kids since I was just 14. And that made me realize, I was like, okay, you know what? Everything like steadies every other pressure apart. When I get on the ground, it's like an escape for me, and I was like, I want this escape forever. It became a pride, and it became pressure, like a passion for me. And I was like, you know no matter what happens, I need to, like, I started getting that mentality where I was like, no matter what happens, I need to make it happen. I need to be one of the big names in the whole world. So yeah.
So, hearing about your early days, you really did have a solid start. So, now let's talk about your professional journey. How did your journey with UAE cricket begin?
So basically, as I said, I transitioned into a batsman when I was 14, and then when I was 15, I made my UAE under 19 debut. When I made my UAE under 19 debut, of course, I was in the squad for the next 4 years consecutively. So I played from 2017, no, 2016 to 2020, 20, yeah. And I was playing as a wicket keeper batsman, then I was playing as just a batsman, and the second option wicket keeper. So yeah, obviously, like playing, I played three Asia Cups, under 19 Asia Cups. I played a World Cup for the UAE. So obviously, UAE has been like a very, very big part of me becoming who I am today and who I will be in the future, hopefully. So yeah, it's always amazing, representing a country and being able to tell people that like I live in UAE and I represent the country at a world level stage, and yeah, it just makes me feel really happy.
So, as you said, you always had that motivation and eagerness to go to the team. But what were the biggest challenges you faced breaking into the UAE sector?
Uh, Obviously, there were challenges like from outside, like anything. It was just all the challenges that came for me was like within myself, because after the under 19 World Cup, I was out of the system for 4 years. So it was like a small battle, between like myself and my mind and my heart, where I wasn't really seeing much progress. But it was just me telling myself that you gotta keep working hard. You gotta make sure you have faith. You gotta make sure you have faith. You gotta keep working hard no matter what happens. Because I was out of the system. Obviously breaking out, like coming out of the under-19s and then not being able to get back into the setup for 4 years. Like really takes a toll on you. And it was very hard to be motivated. It was very hard to stay motivated and be optimistic about making it back into the squad. But I always had that belief in me that the day I get my chance, I'm gonna make it count. The day I get my chance, I'm gonna make it count. And alhamdulillah, after 4 years, I did get my chance and I made it count. And here we are today.
That is so wonderful. Rather, as you said, that you were out from the team sector for 4 years. So during that time, did you do some job, or currently are you doing some job?
Currently, I am not working anywhere. I'm a full-time cricketer. I've always been a full-time cricketer, but obviously, In the middle, my father had faced some health issues. He had two heart attacks, and that's when I took responsibility of my whole family. And I was like, I told my dad, if you've spent all your life working for me, you spent all your life, you quit your job to pursue my career, you put me first, before you and before your health. So I want to make sure that I give it back. And I told him, like, you just need to relax, and I'll take care of everything. I'll take care of mom. I'll take care of my sisters. Just don't worry about anything. And ever since then, it's been like that. I've just been taking care of my family. Alhamdulillah with cricket. But yeah, I worked for a few months in the middle around 2022. But I realized that I wasn't really happy because obviously someone who's played cricket his whole life, doing 9 to 5, it's not really something that I would have wanted to do, and it wasn't really making me happy because I felt like I was getting away from the game. So I quit my job and I focused. Sometimes you just do things that make you realize how important your passion is. So it was like kind of that moment for me where I had to do that job in order for me to realize how important cricket is for me. So yeah, alhamdulillah for everything. I did that job. I quit in the middle, and yeah, today, as I said before, here we are today, full-time cricketer. No side jobs, no side hustles, just tunnel vision, cricket only.
Heather, I must say you have been really strong all through your journey. So proud for that.
Thank you so
Now,
much.
let's talk about UAE cricket. It has evolved so rapidly. How do you see the future of the game in this region?
Um, Obviously, it makes me really happy to see how far we've come. To be very honest, we could do a lot better. We will do a lot better, inshallah. We have the World Cup coming up, and we want to make sure that the whole world sees that UAE cricket team is something to be taken seriously. And obviously we have our goals where we want to make sure that we end up being the test playing nations. We want to make sure that we do well in the ODIs, because in the T20s I think fairly we're doing well in the T20s. But still, as I said, there's always room for improvement, and there's always one way or the other where you can excel as a team. And that's something that I'm really proud of over the last few years, is because people used to write off UAE cricket. And now everyone's taking us seriously, and that makes us really happy because that shows our value and that shows our hard work that we've put in. Obviously, the head coach Lal Chand sir, and the sports staff, they've really put in the efforts to make sure that we get to where we are. Obviously, and hopefully with the T20 World Cup coming up, the whole world will see how hard UAE cricket has worked and how far UAE cricket has come.
Okay, Heather, so let's talk about your role in the team. We know you are a wicket keeper. So, what made you choose wicket keeping as your primary skill?
Okay, so it's actually I didn't choose to be a wicket keeper, to be very honest. I was a batsman who bowled leg spin, and then in the first under 19s, my very first under 19 camp, we were one of the main wicket keepers in the camp had just left the country to go to India. So the head coach was like, okay, you know what? I've heard that Wasi can keep. You know how some players just do part-time keeping. So the head coach was like, I heard that Wasi can keep. So let's see if you can keep. And then they just started working on my keeping, and eventually I just started to fall in love with keeping. And obviously a lot of injuries, a lot of it's a very tough job, to be very honest. But I love every bit of it. Nothing but comes easy, and yeah.
Yeah, so we all agree that keeping is something that is mentally and physically very demanding. So, how do you prepare for it?
To be very honest, yeah, I'll tell you something. When it comes to cricket, or when it comes to any role in cricket, I just try and relax myself. Mentally, I don't try and think too much because I feel like if I get into my own head, then it will start causing issues for me and my game as well. So I just try and relax, and I just try and watch the ball. Even when it comes to keeping, like I'm mentally, I'm ready for every ball instead of just thinking about, oh, I have to keep for 20 overs. No, I'm just thinking in my head, okay, it's one ball, it's one every ball. I just have to keep watching the ball. I just have to keep watching the ball, and that's just how it works with me. And same with batting. I don't focus too far, and I don't focus on what's done already. So the previous ball, I will not know what happened, and the next ball, I will not know what would happen, obviously. And so I just focus in the moment, and whatever happens, happens. Everything happens for a reason. I know I worked hard enough, and whatever happens, just happens.
Okay, so this
As
would
I used to see myself as a batter who could keep, uh, but now I see myself as a wicket keeper who can bat. But I mean, it dabbles between the two. Um, I have days where I bat insanely good, and then I have days where I keep insanely good. But yeah, obviously, it would be amazing. It's amazing to do. It's amazing to do both very well, but yeah, there are days where you just do one right and the other one just goes, south, and you're just thinking like, okay, am I more of a keeper? Am I more of a batter? So yeah.
So, Heather, as you said, that being a sports person is really hectic. You have to take care of your physical health, you have to take care of your mental health. So, tell
Mhm.
us the audience that what does a typical training day look like for you?
So a typical training day, are we including UAE camp or just like my personal training?
Personal training?
Okay, I'll tell you. So basically, I wake up in the morning. To be very honest, I'm a night owl. So I wake up quite late. And then I first thing I do is I go to the gym, work out for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, drive from Dubai to Ajman, and then I train in the nets for about and I'm in the net for 2 hours, and then I go to the center wicket and I have someone chuck some balls at me, and try to hit like 100 sixes. And then sometimes I try and make sure that I get the center wicket to practice. But yeah, that's about it. So I try and stay in the ground as much as possible, and I try to keep myself as fit as possible. But in the normal, uh, most of the time, because UAE season is never off, so most of the time we do have matches, like during the night, and so I work out, I train, and then I go for the game, or sometimes I work out and I go for the game directly. So yeah.
Okay, so tell us that one person or someone who has played the biggest mentoring role in your development.
Biggest mentoring role in my development, I would say the Seven Districts team owner Mohammed Haider. He has always been there for me, and obviously even my dad. They both have been there for me. Obviously my dad from when I was young, and Haider bhai since ever since I broke into the senior setup. He's been there for me. Every he watches every game, and he's been telling me whenever I'm lacking, and then he tells me to back myself. And obviously, I think you must know Alishan Sharafu as well. And even Alishan, he's my we're very close. So even he tells me at times. Sometimes as a player you tend to forget who you are, and you tend to just go back into your shell, and it's just good to have a few people who remind you of who you are and how good you are. So yeah, these guys, they make sure they keep telling me about how good I am, and who I really am and what I need to do, and I just need to relax myself. I'm thinking too much. So yeah, Alhamdulillah, I'm always grateful for all the people around me, but especially these three, four people, Haider Bhai, Ali Shan, and my dad. Obviously, they've played a very huge role. Even my mother, to be very honest, they've played a very very huge role in my success as a cricketer so far. They've always backed me, and they've shown their love and support towards me.
So wonderful. So, Heather, playing for the country is itself a big achievement. But tell us about your best inning that you have played in the UAE shirt and also your best performance.
Okay, so I would say my best inning would be, I think, the last year's emerging Asia Cup. I got us a win against Oman, and obviously it was a very special moment for me because I got a chance to bat, and I had that. I was eagerly waiting for that one opportunity where I could just prove myself, and just show the world basically that who Shah is, Syed Haider is. And obviously, Alhamdulillah, God, gave me the opportunity to showcase my skills and show the world who I really am. And I took that opportunity, and Alhamdulillah, I got man of the match, and everyone was just buzzing, and everyone was just very happy for me. That was probably my best and my favorite inning. But not for long. Hopefully, I'll play a few crazy knocks, inshallah, if I get a chance in the World Cup. If I make it to the squad, hopefully. But my favorite moment, I think, in UAE kit would probably be when it was my first tour. Again, it was against Oman. My first tour, Premier Cup, UAE versus Oman, the final qualifiers. I got six dismissals as a wicket keeper, and I feel like it was a final. Since it was a final, it really meant a lot to me, and it really made me feel like special because throughout the tournament I had no dismissals, and then in semi-finals I had two dismissals, and then in the final I had six dismissals. So it made me really happy, so yeah, those two moments I think I would always remember, and I would always like to remember them because they have been the base of my upbringing. So yeah.
So wonderful. So, UAE team has qualified for the T20 World Cup. So, big congratulations for that. And how is the preparation going on?
The preparation is going on pretty nicely. As I said, the support staff, they're being, you know, they're being very good with the way they're training us. Obviously, our SNCs and our analysts and our physio and our head coach, they all know that what the players need, and they're helping us, just be ready for the big event. And the training, obviously, it's going really well so far, and I hope it keeps going that way because obviously it's a very big event, and we started to take things more seriously as a team, and alhamdulillah, we're doing well, and we'll keep on doing well, hopefully.
So, with all the preparations going on, do you think in the World Cup you can upset big teams like Afghanistan, South Africa, New Zealand?
100%. I've always been a firm believer of our teams and our team in T20s. Obviously we won the series against Bangladesh, the home series against Bangladesh, and we had a few good games in the Tri Nation as well, the one with Afghanistan and Pakistan. So obviously I back us to cause a few upsets, and inshallah we will. And the main goal is to qualify for the Super Sixes, and then we'll see. Hopefully, what happens.
Good luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, Heather, so tell me, if you could play in any franchisee league worldwide, which one would it be and why?
Okay. To be very honest, for me, ideally it would be the PSL, but as a cricketer, of course I would love to be a part of the IPL, and I would love to be a part of the Big Bash League and the ILT as well. Our the one hosted by UAE. It's just obviously it's IPL because of the experience. Obviously playing alongside great cricketers. Of course, PSL because of course it's my country's league. Obviously, Big Bash. Ever since I was a kid, I've been watching Big Bash and the ILT because hopefully I will play maybe next year, inshallah, or the year after. I don't know, but hopefully I will play one day. So these few leagues, I'm really hoping that I do end up playing one day.
Yeah, with all the preparations, I surely think you will get all the opportunities.
Inshallah.
So now we will move on to the next segment, which is going to be a rapid fire round. I will be asking you some questions and you have to quickly answer them.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Okay.
So, toughest bowler you have faced?
Toughest bowler I have faced, Jordan Clark.
Okay. One cricketer you'd love to share a dressing room with?
Steve Smith.
Favorite food after a match?
Biryani.
Yeah, amazing. One pre-match superstition or ritual that you follow?
Wearing everything from the left side first, listening to my playlist that I've been listening for the last 6 7 years, all the same songs in the same sequence, making sure that I enter with my right foot on the ground, and I make sure that I wear my armband first, and then I have to make dua, and then everything starts with left side. It's just a whole superstition. So yeah.
That is beautiful. So, one word that describes you as a person?
Um, Hardworking and hardworking. Yeah, that makes sense.
Or
Yeah.
your favorite wicket keeper?
My favorite wicket keeper, Brad Haddon.
Best place to play cricket?
Best place to play cricket, England. England, yeah, 100%, yeah.
Wonderful place. Favorite time pass?
Gym.
Surely. Okay, Haider. So, what is that one message that you would like to share with young cricketers in UAE and beyond?
Just keep working hard. Focus on today. Don't think too much about tomorrow. Focus on yourself. Focus on your diet. Focus on your discipline, and keep working hard. Even if things don't go your way in the start, it's not the end of the world. Have faith. Keep believing in yourself, and hard work never goes to waste. So always back yourself, no matter what. Even if the chips are against you, even if things are going south. You will surely make it one day. If not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not the year after that, but one day you will, and that sweet taste of victory when you do make it will make everything worth it.
That is wonderful. So, Heather, one message for your fans.
For my fans, okay. One message for my fans is, alhamdulillah for everything that I've become. It's, because of everyone's support and everyone's prayers. And, I just want everyone to know that I'll never forget where I've come from, and I'll, never forget my roots. So whoever has been supporting me throughout, whoever has been, keeping track of what I've been doing, hopefully one day if we do get a chance to meet, I would gladly, and I would love to meet each and every one. But hopefully, you guys will see me become a bigger and a better person. Coming forward, hopefully.
Good luck for all those things. And that is it for today. Thank you so much, Haider, for joining us.
Thank you so much.